The summer in your eyes, fighting to stay a little longer.
Welcome to Indie Music Live, episode 187. As always, I'm JoeJoeKeys, and we're on the slow churn to 200. Quick note, this is a different time. We moved it up an hour because we're old and tired. Do I look any better at 9 o'clock as opposed to 10 o'clock? David? Anybody?
Yeah, way better, Joe. Amazing, man. Yeah.
I thought so. I thought so. That's the main reason I did that. So Emma, co-host tonight. How you doing? Past featured artist, hanging out with us from DC, all the way originally from New Zealand, right?
It's very exciting. Yes.
What do we call you guys there? Beanies? What is that? What they call you?
Say it again.
What do the people call you?
Kiwis?
Beanies or something?
Kiwis.
What?
Yeah, because we
Kiwis.
have a
That's
flight
right.
bird.
I was way off.
Not to be confused with the kiwi fruit.
Why is it kiwi then?
Because we have our native bird is called a kiwi.
Oh, okay. Never heard of it. Cool. Dave, how are you doing today?
Good, man. I was just checking the latest reviews on the website. We got Vi Pie, I believe that's how you say it. Pretty interesting stuff. It's like the ghost of a young Billy Idol has kind of
a guy from France
reincarnated. Yeah. So we actually have another one. We have two coming, or a second one coming out for him, but you can see his first one up at the site now.
And then the one right after that is a brand new one from Andrea Desmond. Wouldn't want to get mad at me for saying her name wrong. Coming up too, and then some other ones too. So some Alan Dreeser. I don't know off the top of my head. Got like 10 more in the queue right now coming out. So Emma, what have you been up to lately?
Oh my gosh, so many things. I just came back from tour in New Zealand back in late August, early September. Got back to the DC, Maryland, Virginia area. Have had 35 shows since the 8th of September. I'm back in the studio recording my next album. And things are kind of crazy. I've just set myself a writing a song a day challenge. And yes, I am currently in my mentor's castle.
Well, it's good to have you here. I'm glad you're so willing to come. So it's fun.
Of course.
You're definitely a fun guest that we had back in the past. So anyway, tonight we have Rob. You ready for it? We have what's the name of them? Waiting for June. Is that right? Yeah, Waiting for June. This band's pretty interesting. We'll get to it. The video, we're only going to watch a 2-minute snippet of it, but I encourage you to check out the whole video because there's a whole production behind it. We have featured artist from Australia, Chester Moe here. We'll be talking to him in a few minutes.
Yeah.
And then we also have 610 The Music, another recent review with his song One Last Glass of Jack. So let's get started. Waiting for June. Let's check it out. Rob, whenever you're ready, hit it.
Yep.
Followed my dreams at the cost of passion, torn at the seams, just thinking about you. Will there come a time? Will I accept the truth? Why should I try with so much to lose? Just to let you know, so much stronger now. Just to let you go when you're not around. Sounds an empty word, echo when you're not there. Now you're alone, I just had to let you know. Picture yourself for a moment with somebody else. We've been here before. As you hear those lines, you freeze as you walk out your door. Out of your life, a life you can't ignore. Just to let you know, I'm so much stronger now. Just to let you go when you're not around. Sounds an empty word, echo when you're not there. Now you're
Whoa, Rob, you caught me off guard. That was waiting for. I was trying to figure out where this band's from. I should have figured that out before the show, as always. But if anybody knows, go ahead and let us know. So, waiting for June, just to let you know, there's something really classic about the song that grabbed me. It's like a total like 80s like complete
Ballad, yeah.
hit. But it's not from the 80s. But it's pretty cool. I don't know, Emma. Rite of Passage.
It reminded me of Faith No More, and I love Faith No More. So I don't know, his look, his get up was kind of more punk-esque, which I quite liked, but the music was quite cool, funky.
Yeah,
like I said, it's a long video, and there's like a whole like movie before. I mean, where we started the video is like 3 minutes into the video. The video is like 6 minutes long or something like that. So.
Interesting. There was a moment there I thought I had the story figured out, but then at the end I'm like, no, I have no idea. Like I thought he was, yeah. Well, I mean, he's got the outfit like it was. I was thinking it was like some type of Revolutionary War outfit, like that was the scene or something, colonial times. I'm not sure. And then later in the video, a younger guy with a similar outfit. I thought maybe that was the guy's younger self trying to work something out with the girl that was the one that got away or something. But then the picture of the band, it's like they're standing next to you. I don't know. I have no idea what is going on.
Very
with
interesting.
That story. Yeah, and then the CIA visits her house. I'm like, what the hell is going on here?
You'll be dreaming about it.
Get it straight.
Yeah, and then
that was weird, but it was good. Like I said though, the song. I don't really get into videos that much. I've never really been a video guy.
Really?
I mean, I didn't have cable until I was like a teenager or anything. So I didn't grow up on MTV or anything. Videos are cool and stuff, but I'm not really a huge fan of videos that like have like a 3-minute intro of what this video had. Although I like the music and stuff, but I just get bored. I mean, I barely watch movies as it is. I get bored. So I'm more of a sitcom guy. So anyway, Chester Moe, featured artist of the night. We're going to talk to him right now as Rob gets the shot set up. This guy emailed me. He's one of the few artists that emails a random email and I respond to right away because his music's so good that I just have to have him on the show. So Chester Moe from Brisbane, I would say Brisbane as a stupid American, but Brisbane, Australia. What's up, man? How you doing? Glad to have you here.
Hey guys, I'm well. Thank you so much for having me, and thank you for responding to my random email.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, we get lots of submissions, and it's. I really don't go through most of the music until a couple weeks after I get the submissions, but for some reason I hit you up right away. So, tell us who you are, what you're doing. Give us a little intro into the song "Into the Sun," and then we'll come back and get deeper with Dave.
Yeah, well, I'm Chester Moe, and from Australia, southeast Queensland, Brisbane, and I like long walks on the beach. So hence why. A little bit about me as an artist. I've sort of been kicking around doing lots of punk rock from an early age. I grew up playing Green Day and Foo Fighters, and when I started playing guitar, I sort of got a lot of influence from John Mayer and Justin Timberlake and Maroon 5, like those kind of guys. And so I have just launched my sort of solo career, and the debut single "Into the Sun" is actually weirdly enough very different from a lot of the stuff that I write, and I kind of did that on purpose. A lot of my usual stuff is very moody and about devastating relationships. So this was kind of something for me that I really wanted to put myself in a place that despite everything that's going on in the world, I could escape. And to me, that's just like a tropical getaway with the sun and the water and the beach, and just to be able to get away to that place is what I really wanted to capture with this.
Nice. So let's go ahead and take a listen to "Into the Sun," and we'll come back in about 2 minutes and get deeper with Dave.
Yep.
the notion that we finally gave up on thinking about everything we never had. All we need is us. Oh, run away into the sun, and we'll chase the night and wake the dawn. Fill your eyes with the sky, let it take your mind anywhere you wanna go. Oh, run away into the sun. You are my escape.
All right, first you got to tell me how you got that really cool, like muted bass sound.
I don't know if I should give away all my secrets.
Oh man, come on! Is it one instrument? Let me just ask that.
No, it is one instrument. Funnily enough, it's just an acoustic guitar. But I do. It's like a palm muted little lick, and then I've got some octave effects on there to get that particular sound. So yeah.
Well, dude, that's super cool. I mean, the track is like really clean the way you did it. I mean, it sounds like there's a muted guitar where it's just kind of focusing on the mute portion of just like getting the clicks, and then maybe like the bass sound was from a synth, but that's all on that guitar. That is super cool, man. So yeah, dude, hot track, super clean. Do you do the mixing yourself?
No, so I tracked and recorded most of this, co-produced it with a producer over here in Australia called Stuart Stewart, and he's worked with Shepherd and the Veronicas. He's quite prolific over here, so it was an honor to work with him, and he co-produced it with me, and so he did all the mixing and mastering on that.
Is it a totally hands-off type of relationship there? Did you like let him just do his stuff, or were you over the shoulder kind of?
No, I mean, there's certain elements where I would just let him go because I knew the sort of sound that he's renowned for, and that's kind of what I was chasing. So I was very, very involved, obviously, in the composition and the song writing and the tracking and all that sort of stuff. So we worked really closely together on this, and I guess he then added his final color to it.
Nice, man. Very cool. I didn't get a chance to see the full bio. There was an issue with the website over here and everything. So I encourage people to go to like Spotify or Facebook to connect with Dave Luke, who is Chester Moe here. But so just a couple more questions. Like what's the live setup for you guys? I mean, do you have a full band that you kind of play around with?
So I'm actually in the process of putting a band together for upcoming shows. When I release got a new single coming out on the 15th of November, and I'll be putting together some shows for that. So this solo stuff is based around my live looping setup, but there's a fair bit more production in these. So I envisage eventually a full band, but it's all based around my live looping setup, and which is kind of, it's, I could probably show you, but I would ruin the camera angle.
No, I'm curious. Like, have you ever tried to do a performance where you basically just bring all your equipment and then have background music going while you're playing? Is that how you've performed before?
I rarely will play to like a performance track, but it's actually something, it's funny you say that. I've actually just started rehearsing this new bunch of songs that I've recorded to backing and live looping at the same time. It's not something I've done a lot of before. I'm used to. Well,
dude, I mean, it's like the evolution of this space is funny. I was thinking about this earlier today, where the first time I saw someone trying to kind of do that type of scene was, maybe 30 years ago. I was on vacation somewhere, and it was a guy in a guitar. He's playing a piano with his foot, and then he's got like a drum on the side. It just basically like really clunky, like cheap. And he's just kind of doing, it's like, okay, cool. He can kind of make some type of music. But over time, you know, parallel to the advances in technology, it's become a little more serious where, you know, if you really like do your research and learn how everything works, I've seen people do that where they got the keyboards, they got the Ableton, you know, system where it's all on the buttons and everything, and everything's looping, and he's just behind the mic with the guitar, and it sounds amazing. Like, so it can be done. Have you thought about going that far with
Yeah, I
trying
mean,
to?
that's definitely part of my live show,
And it's almost even more interesting, like, to see that, you know?
Yeah, but it's hard work. So if you ever see someone doing it and it sounds half decent, you know they put a lot of work into it.
Yeah, that's obvious when you look at that. I've seen videos of it. I'm like, holy crap! Like the preparation for that, it's like you just have to pre-record so many parts, and you can't make a mistake because everything is, you know, all looped together. But anyway, all right, man. So yeah, we're gonna move on, dude. We're gonna play the next tune here. It was a pleasure having you here, man. Come back, be a panel guest, and critique others' music, man. Yeah, and keep us up to date on your new releases and everything, man.
Absolutely.
And if what you decide with the live band, we want to hear all that stuff.
Will do. You'll hear more of me for sure.
All right, cool. Rob, if you're ready to rock, the next tune is One Last Glass of Jack by 610. Let's do this. Let's play that one. All right.
Start with a short glass, loaded up with ice. Pour on some Jack and stir up the spice. Gather the crowd, toast to the good times. Sing along to the classics, you know every rhyme. One last glass of Jack, my friend. One last glass of Jack. Life's a better place, my friend, when you don't think about the end. One last glass of Jack, my friend. One last glass of Jack. Life's a better place, my friend, when you don't think about the end. With a warm welcome, pull up another chair. Greet them with a smile, good times you can share. Always say goodbye whenever you must part, 'cause you never know when someone's time is up. One last glass of Jack, my friend. One last glass of Jack. Life's a better place, my friend, when you don't think about the end. One last glass of Jack, my friend. One last glass of Jack. Life's a better place, my friend, when you don't think about the end.
One Last Glass of Jack by 610. We got a couple reviews posted on this band on the website, written by Mr. JoeJoeKeys. Some of my thoughts
wrote the reviews, not the songs.
My thoughts on this one, like it's a nice little like rock tune right here. His voice kind of wavers a little, but I kind of like he's got kind of that raw rocker voice, you know, and it just kind of works sometimes. It's like you don't really think about if it's out of tune at, you know, certain places. It's just kind of his style. But I did have an issue here just in terms of the mix. It's like I talk about panning a lot in critiques, but it's really important when you break down. It's like, was this mastered? No, I don't think so at all. I think that's always a mistake. I mean, even at like demo level, I think you should always just put some type of mastering software. I mean, we even have that service here at Indie Music Plus. We could just like run it through the mastering software we have, it's like $10 and it sounds so much better and has like limiting and leveling and everything. But the panning on this, it's like everything is central. I mean, it's just a mistake. And it's like, yeah, I know it's a demo, I know it's indie, and it's like, but it's not. It's one turn of the knob is just to kind of turn it to like, 5 p.m. and throw one to like 10 a.m. on the clock and everything. And you're already mixing the levels. I just don't understand ever overlooking that, because it makes a difference. You throw on the headphones when everything's in the middle, it devalues the individual parts because they get muddy and blended together, and it just lowers the experience of hearing the song. So
Fletch
I mean,
Towel is
yeah.
agreeing with you. Remember?
Yeah, and if Fletch Towels agrees with me, it's pretty much set in stone.
This
But
good song mix is washy, and that's kind of what I said in the review too. And Anthony is 6'10". He got in touch with me, and he agrees completely. So it's not like we're saying anything that he doesn't know. I think he recorded it in a pretty good studio too. Some of the pictures looks like he's in like a decently built studio. So I don't know if it's the engineer. I mean, I don't know. Emma, you like Jack, right?
I mean, you're making sense. It reminds me of like when I was underage drinking and, and like hanging out in the garage, jamming out to
yeah,
metal records and things. So like it's got that kind of nostalgic feel for me, but I think, I totally agree with a little bit of mixing, a little bit of leveling, a little bit of mastering, magic can happen. And I think, that can really create some really nice variation and depth to the song that it currently lacks a little bit of. But it's a really great song. And I mean, who doesn't like Jack, right? So, you don't? Oh my gosh.
No, I don't drink whiskey anymore. I had bad problems with whiskey when I was younger.
he already had his last Jack. He's done.
Yeah, I had my last Jack. I think my bachelor party was the last night I drank Jack.
Oh, dang.
I ended up on a tree at a neighbor's house somehow. I don't know. I don't remember. Anyway.
I'm like that with tequila.
So you told us a little bit. So just remind everybody before we go what you're up to and where we can expect to see you next.
Right. So I've just gotten into the studio again to work on my next album with my band of misfits, who I established. Speaking to Chester Mo earlier, he's just starting his new live band. I literally met these guys, and 2 months later we were touring the US. And so we're now in the studio and about to release our first single as a band. And just kind of creating every day at the moment on a real creative drive as I sort of figure out what our next steps are. But lots of touring, lots of shows, lots of writing, lots of magic happening all the time. So it's an adventure, but you can keep up to date. Emma G Music on all social media platforms, or of course, as always, emmagmusic.com, because my last name's ridiculous. And G is
I was going to ask you, how do you say that last name? I tried, but you don't want me to hear me try. How do you say it?
So the English pronunciation is Ghaemmaghamy.
What's the New Zealand pronunciation?
It's not New Zealand. It's originally it's an Iranian name. So it was actually pronounced Ghaemmaghamy.
Okay.
You can
got
say
it.
that.
No problem. Yeah, I got it.
I would have never got that. David, any final words tonight?
No, man. Good times. Good times. Nice having Emma back. Fun chick, as always, to hang out with.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, more Australian folks, man. We've had a bunch on the show, and we welcome more. It's one of my favorite places on the globe. So yeah,
you've been there, haven't you?
Yeah, I used to live in Sydney, man. I've been
to
Brisbane and Melbourne. Yeah,
that's right. Yeah. Cool. So everybody, thanks for hanging out with us. Fletch Towel and all the people on YouTube hanging out with us and I'm confused. What am I saying? I'm JoeJoeKeys. This has been episode 187. Rob Hixvideo, Hixvideo, hitting all the buttons and making us look good. Emma doesn't need any help, but David and I do. Chester's pretty cool too. Chester looks pretty good too. He didn't need much help anyway. We'll catch you next week. New time, 9:00 Eastern time, and have a good week.
Thanks, guys.
Anchors up on this California coming of age. I got something better. All the colors I feel are coming out in a rainbow of new adventures. Oh, run away into the sun. Take a dive with me, chance on the